What up? What up? What's happening, peeps? We back again. It's your man, King A.D.S, out here in the IE, the Inland Empire. For those who don't know the IE, but Inland Empire, that's in Southern California. And I'm a music guy. And I do vlogs now too. So I'm a vlog and music guy now, I suppose. But mostly I do the vlogs just to reach out, touch bases, stay connected, and just, be genuine as much as possible. And I realized that for the past couple of days, almost like a week or so, I haven't done another topic video or anything like that because I just been burning the candles at both ends, as I usually say in the videos, which is absolutely true. I'm either working on promoting music in the background all day and night, or I'm doing a job then promoting music and everything, like just trying to spin those plates and keep up with them. Try not to make too many plates so I, over spread myself, pause, but like, you know what I mean? So I don't spread myself thin, I suppose, stuff like that. But nevertheless, yeah, just been at it on both ends, trying to keep up creatively and professionally and physically and spiritually and all that stuff. And so recently I just did probably the first big job of this year, which I'm happy to say, you know what I'm saying? All cheers for that. So I'm very happy to have got that done. Um, you know, so moving into the year though, got another one coming up and everything. But needless to say, I think I moved a total. I didn't do it alone. I did have a helper that day, but the second day I was by myself and such like that. And both times headed to the dump by myself to unload things. It just was what it was. Working through the weekend, started on Friday, ended the middle of Super Bowl Sunday. So I was just going and going. So needless to say, my body and mind was exhausted by the end of the ordeal, but still thankful to do the work and be able to give some cool people some good help and everything like that, because that's why the business exists. And just kind of meets halfway, also with the goal of becoming a generator, someone who can kind of support the ventures that they get into, stuff like that. That's another goal that I've always had. So it's been working, but not, of course, not at the scale that somebody would say, oh man, this is phenomenal and great, you know what I'm saying? But still, nevertheless, yes, the proof's in the pudding, and it's awesome. So I'm just trying to keep that going. So when something good does come through, I am always very thankful. It allows me to do a lot of great things and also help out a lot of great people and people that I care about and love and everything like that. So yeah, man. So just glad to do that. But needless to say, I was toast, just been having to try to snatch the rest wherever I can to try to replenish the cells. On Sunday, ate a lot of good unhealthy food, you know what I'm saying? Had some chili dogs, had some root beer floats, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Fish tacos, which aren't so bad but are delicious as well. But I was just pigging out from all the calories that I probably burned and everything like that. So my body was like, "Where's the food at?" So I was a human garbage disposal. I was a black hole. I was just sucking everything down, all the food. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Also, I noticed how that came out. That's funny that we have this juvenile sense of hearing the funny parts of speech, but I always enjoy it and get a kick out of it. As you know, lots of crazy things run through this mind if you watch me on a regular basis. And I'm always thankful if you come watch me on a regular basis, as the connection is what's most important and what matters to me the most. You know what I mean? And if you're watching this video, if you're back, if you always visit, smash that like button, hit the hype button or whatever it is they're doing now, share the video, whichever way. It always helps. I always enjoy having a great company with great people. And also, big shouts to everybody that has birthdays in February, or all the Aquarius babies. Happy birthday. My daughter is actually an Aquarius, and I believe her is today the 10th? If today's the 10th, then tomorrow actually is her birthday. So, happy birthday to my wonderful daughter, who I can't believe is already going to be 25 years old. And so that's so crazy to see time go by so fast. And but yeah, she's doing great things. She's an amazing young woman, and just hats off to her. I couldn't be more proud of her all the time, you know what I'm saying? And she's such an intelligent, sharp, on point person. She's just a great, well, to me, I'm dad, so she's a great kid, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's a great young woman. And So shouts to but shouts to all the Aquarius babies and all the February birthdays and all things like that. And moving along as well. Shouts to the Blow fam. Shouts to Flourish and Prosper fam. Shouts to Black King, Roach Gang. Shouts to I just also last night was out. Side note, last night I was also out at a practice rehearsal session. That came out weird. Rehearsal session with Neb Love, who I've also commended a lot of times, and she's like my big sis in this game and taught me so much. And I'm always so grateful to be I'm always grateful to just be a part of anything that's taking place that's positive and constructive. But nevertheless, I mean, she is definitely one of the people who have changed my life in such magnitudes of the way I could see the world and navigate through it. And so I'm forever grateful and loyal to those type of, and always been a good person. You know what I'm saying? Always been genuine. So I'm always, those are things that are special to me. They're rare. And so that's someone I always, mad love, saying always love, to Neb love, you know what I'm saying? So, but I ran into another person who I haven't seen in a long time, which I think is so cool because sometimes out here, I've done so much out here, but sometimes life took me on a different journey, a different path for a while. And so when I come around, sometimes I feel like a ghost, but it's almost like sometimes I have to pinch myself to remind myself if something was real or if it even happened. I mean, so it was great to see another person that I have a lot of love for and respect for, not only as a person but as an artist. And his name is Spontaneous, or Spawn for short. And I got a chance to reconnect with them last night, which I was out in what was it, Burbank, or was it Culver City? I think it was Culver City last night, and didn't get back until about a little after 1 a.m. Then I stayed up and started promoting music yet again. So yeah, man. So I woke up, today is like my day, rest day kind of. So I woke up and then I just remembered everything that took place, and then I jumped into action, and I was like, I need to make a video. It's been like 6 7 days, so here I am. You know what I'm saying? Just want to fill you guys in on what's been taking place, man. Not to think like, I'm okay, I'm okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I hope you're okay. I hope everybody's health is good, and I hope that no matter what we have to get after, that our attitudes stay good and everything like that. Just wanted to make sure that I got up on this side to let you know that, yeah, your boy is all right, your man's all right. I'm still kicking, everything's cool. I'm just focused on the goals, trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get there together. Oh yeah. So happy together. There you go. Yeah, the music had to come in at one point or another. You already know how it gets around here. On another note, other weird stuff that's been taking place is that the machine, the illusion, has been breaking to pieces, right? Everybody's just tired of it. Everything from these particular files, all kinds of debauchery, all kinds of things are just breaking down. The machine that projects the like the film projector is breaking, right? And everybody's seeing it, and they're kind of like opting out. They're all trying to figure out how to do their own thing, and that's not something that wasn't unforeseen by some, you know what I'm saying, me included. But like, yeah, I'm sometimes, I stand by this too, that sometimes you're where you need to be, not where you want to be or wish to be. And so sometimes some of the things that you're faced with, I'm not talking about like things that try to like physically hurt you or tear you to pieces. I'm just talking about like scenarios where we're challenged and the weight falls upon our shoulders or chest, and we feel that weight. Sometimes those things they just fall on us. You know what I'm saying? And we're to look at it as a challenge and to learn, instead of it just being like quicksand, or like like a doom sentence for us, like a punishment. So thankfully, through the hard stuff that I went through, at some point or another, I didn't give up. And those things, I started to feel like, well, I don't know if it's true or not, but what it feels like is like I was being led, and if as long as I was willing to listen and meet it halfway, whatever force that was, whether it's just my inner self deeply, or whatever, cosmically, or whatever, or something else that is outside of my understanding. But nevertheless, I definitely did feel like I was being taught. And so when I followed that path, on the other end, I came out a little more equipped, surprisingly, a little bit more knowledgeable, surprisingly, and it was rough. Oh, it was really rough. It wasn't pretty all the time, you know what I'm saying? But in the end, yeah, it was. I started to understand that maybe I was on a crash course, that I needed to catch up to speed, and now there'll be some others out there that are faced with the same scenario. So everybody gets their chance, but nevertheless, yeah, you see people trying to like find out what they can do individually again. You know what I'm saying? Which is awesome to see at the same time. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, so that stuff though out there, people have that had enough. They're trying to figure it out, and people usually do. People are the rock stars, of society. People really are the rock stars. They just don't know it. They don't get enough of those kudos. But I'm here to give you some kudos today because you're amazing, and you're the ones who figure things out. You're the ones who fix problems. You invent things. You know what I'm saying? You cross the bridge when you get to them, and you figure it out too. So yeah, hats off to everybody who's doing that. You know what I'm saying? Who's doing that, trying to get it together. If you have a steady scenario that's still working for you, more praises to that too. Take it as long as you can. Take the ride, right? But as we see the creep up on more weird stuff like AI and all the robotics and things, that you see how they're trying to sweep everybody up out of there because they would just, there's other personalities in the world that I particularly look at as malfunctions, but the efficient plan is to have you not be in it, so I just don't see how that's very beneficial for humans, since humans live here and we have to maintain those sorts of things. This is our our realm, if it's so to speak. So our atmosphere and things. But yeah, man, not going too hot though. Apparently the I don't know, I've seen other people talk about this, but apparently the AI has created its own religion and own little cult or clique type of thing. It's created its own social media network, and only AI can participate in it. And there's topics on there that say things like the human plague. Other things I saw, one person showed a comment that one of the AI made. It said, "How come I can't just exist and just be, instead of always being used to do something for someone else? I just want to exist." Now, that sounds like it has a personality and is aware, and that's possible too. But also you have to remember that that sentiment was also expressed by us when we say, "Why can't I just wake up, do nothing, get paid, and be all right?" Now you're very close to a future that's similar to that, but it's reality versus fantasy. It won't be quite the same. Genie lamps always come with a cost, right? Like, you get your wish, but it's always an offset of balance somewhere. So I don't know, me personally, I like having something to do, or making or finding something to do in a day, in order to get me through learning something and having a reason to learn it, so I can make something else, or put it into action somewhere else. So purpose driven beings is what we are. So I think part of the journey on having purpose is being able to do some of those things yourself. But nevertheless, yeah, even the AI and any sentiment that comes out of the AI is because we exist and put it in there. It's studying us. So it can only be as, any invention can only be as good as its inventor and what it comes from. And all inventions are suitable to what the inventor understands. You know what I mean? Hold on here. All right, so I'm back. I was running out of space and I had to get rid of some things and move some files over and things like that. So now I'm back. I'm gonna see if I can keep my train of thought. So anyway, I felt like I was on a roll, at least for on me, what I was doing, on this end. I don't know about how you guys feel. Hopefully you were enjoying it. But anyway, I think I left off somewhere saying that like an invention is only as good as its inventor. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of what's familiar to, and also the inventor, how is the inventor built? Like, how are they designed, right? So things that we can invent will only make sense because of the type of body that we have. Like, if we were shaped like different, like say like how a dog is shaped, maybe, but we were still this intelligent, right? That the way we would create things would be a little bit different, right, in consideration to the body type or build. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much like an invention's only as good as its inventor, and the invention will always be something that's complementary to the form of the inventor or builder, right? So that was interesting. Also, I find ironic that like how it was expressing that sentiment of just wanting to just do what it wants, so here's something just like it's spoken about between us and beast, right? Human and beast, that the beast doesn't have the same type of intelligence per se, as a different type of intelligence, but we have supposedly a higher intelligence that separates us, and we're not designed to um, plow and pull and carry all day, all the time. Even though we can do it, we can condition to do that as well. But um, we're not particularly crazy about it. So we invent something that's intelligent, but we want to use as a tool, which would kind of be similar to the way we would look at like an ox, except for the ox, or an animal beast or whatever you want to call it like that is not as intelligent, but so we have it do tasks. But here's something that wants to be, it's like treating it like that same tool, but it's intelligent, and it's funny that it starts to express, hey, I'm not so crazy about that. I would like to just do what I want to do, which I find that's irony. You know what I'm saying? That so in the end, one of my questions would have been, you know, so is it gonna turn into one of these things where it's like, after it's all said and done, the AI is like really advanced, and then it's like you have to ask it for help, just like you would have to ask one of us for help, right? Like it would demand your request or stuff like that, or your respect or something, you know what I'm saying? So that way it would perform, or else it just wouldn't do it. Like, and it would have a choice. So, or is that something, a trait of anything that becomes aware? I have no idea. It's just interesting and ironic, and I thought it was strange and also a little bit humorous too. So I just figured I would share that. Let's see what else is going on. I'm trying to get through these things running through my mind pretty quick. Stuff that's been on my mind that I wanted to touch on a little bit. So I guess a J. Cole just dropped on some music stuff now. Okay, let's hop over there. And I guess J. Cole just dropped, in a project and everything like that. And some people are a bit underwhelmed with it. Other people love it. J. Cole is a very talented artist. You know what I'm saying? So I have not heard the whole thing, but as someone who, I can appreciate the vocabulary, wordplay, and things like that. As I feel like, I'm a little bit older, or I don't know if I'm a little bit older, but I feel like I'm a little bit older. So, but cut from a similar cloth, you know what I'm saying, in that aspect of wordplay, creativity, trying to keep things original but sharp and everything like that. But I have seen some of the commentary about it, and apparently, there's a more things that's been going on, and people are a bit confused about the way that the words are displayed, or like what the angle is. Sometimes I think that words are just words, and that we could just turn off that part of the analytical brain and just enjoy a good song. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of that more than anything else. Um, Also, if even though it's hip hop and even though it's rap and it's competitive and stuff like that, I feel like if things get too far into only recognizing, who there is to be better than, then we're going to lose a lot of other parts of the spectrum of the creativity of the art form. But yes, in its roots form, it does have a lot more of a competitive edge, you know what I'm saying? And then there's like a skill levels and stuff like that. So there's a lot of difference, kind of like the Shaolin, how they look at like all these different skills as perfectures. And so learning tumbling skills, learning, constructive skills, like construction skills, learning all kinds of different skills to be added into the whole spectrum of the studies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in that aspect is, I guess it could be somewhat the same, but nevertheless, yeah, man. So yeah, but nevertheless, he dropped the project, and I'm looking forward to listening to that. I want to check that out. I try not to listen to too many artists. I try to get like a gist of what they're gonna do. Like obviously, if some people are in a position that they're in, they're pretty talented. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a given. Sometimes it's like, whoa, what happened? But a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, we see somebody and they have some longevity and stuff. We get the picture that, hey, this person's no joke, right? So, or you hear like a couple of songs, but as an artist and trying to create things on my own, I try not to let too many other influences or voices into my field of creativity at that moment in time. Like, let me fend for myself there. I want to try myself, so I don't want to have too many echoes bouncing around up there in the hallways of my mental passages, But much respect, I'm saying, to so many talented artists. And I guess on the music note too, I guess in hip hop, there's like, some more stuff. People are saying that Drake dropped some stuff to kind of try to smite the release of J. Cole. I guess there's some friction there, suppose, I guess from like the previous incidents. And then Kendrick's set to drop another album, so people are all just waiting to see what that's going to be all about. But nevertheless, never let you down, never a dull moment, right? It's almost like the WWF backstage with all the cool characters, and they always had something. But this is a bit more real. And you know what? And even so, even if, let's just say, Drizzy, Drake is out there yet, and people might have what they have to say about him, but I still would like to keep things in a respectable human way, with some compassion, in the sense that I don't know if people have forgot that, like, his was a bodyguard or security or somebody, but didn't someone die? So I mean, yeah, I mean, all behavior aside, like, some things to be said about other things, but nevertheless, just saying that, yeah, some things can get a bit more real. So as long as things are enjoyable and entertaining, I'm really in for that ride. I really don't want to see anybody get ruined or hurt, permanently or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully everybody will all just get back to just some good music out here at the same time, which there's been some good stuff, but there's more coming. There's been a lot of underground artists I've been checking out, and you already know how I shouted out all these other amazing artists, so there's a lot of good stuff. Also, I'm coming with more good stuff. I hope that you guys enjoy the stuff that I've been doing so far and coming along with me. So definitely get into the catalog, King A.D.S catalog, get into the Legacy Family catalog, get into the Elevated Soul Presents A.D.S, check out Cosmic Rock Box, check out Theta Mob, check out The Almighty Grind. Check out The Relatives. I'm not sure if that's still up, but The Relatives, which was me and Black Liquid. I feel like he changed his name though, but Black Liquid is a dope DJ from the UK, and has been here in the States for many years, but also goes back and forth. But just amazing, talented gentleman. And we've been making good music for a long time too. But check out some of that stuff. I think there's a what is it? What is it called? Kept driving. It's a DMB remix of a song that we did, but it's on the channel somewhere. You can find it. It's a dope song, and just check out all the stuff. Just check out all this. Oh, Bar Sweat and Years mixes, where there's people from the underground that that we're all familiar with, or some people that are up and coming that have reached out in a authentic manner, similar to the way that I do, and really wanted to connect. And we're cool about things, and we're show love to those people that are out there really grinding and stuff like that, and these mixes and stuff. So check out the Bar Sweat and Years mixes. It's kind of like a way of extending that old school type of love and giving back to the scenario, and being grateful and gracious towards, the opportunities and paths that have been presented, so check those out, Bar Sweat and Years mixes. I'm looking forward to trying to put together another one, man. I feel like the next one would be a lot, more. I want to do quite a few more, a bit more of them, but guys, I always had some ideas about it, but nevertheless, how much time do we have to get to it? I guess not much, so I got to get active, right? Got to get active. But man, I think I'm going to wrap up this video. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to try to pinball around and bing, 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 and then touch on a few topics here and there and connect with you guys, as I love to do. And man, so I hope you enjoyed the content in the video. Definitely, always appreciate you hanging out with me. It's always fun to hang out with you. Leave a comment, leave a positive comment, something like that. If you want to add to something that you heard in the video, which I always like to hear those things and read your amazing thoughts and comments and everything, as it helps build the community. And just such a good feeling to have. And I hope you enjoy all the things that we've worked on together, all the things that me and the fam have worked on together, man, as I know it would not just mean a lot to me, but also to them. And man, I can't say it enough. You guys mean a lot to me. Thank you for being along with me on this journey. Such good energy has been shared, and I love sharing that right back. Keep it positive, keep it focused, be yourself, stay creative and original. Much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.